Evolve. This is Evolve Block 3, Assignment 4, where I am trying to paint an original image. And I decided to go with a simple origami still life setup. We've got an origami mouse, a butterfly, which was taped onto a roll of tape. Nice that you have tape, right? So anyways, it took me a while to decide what to paint. I knew I wanted to do something not too complicated, that also had interesting colors, like a good combination of colors. And so I picked, because I happened to have already a yellow mouse and a pink butterfly, which I used in previous assignments for Block 2. And then I happened to have a green painter's tape roll. So there we go, green, pink, yellow. I thought that was a nice color combination. And then for the background, I tried a few different kinds of, I think I mostly tried blue and brown construction paper and ended up choosing brown because I thought that was a good contrast with the pink, yellow, and green. And anyways, so I don't have the same rules for this block as I do for did for the last block. So the last block, I gave myself some general requirements, which were, number one, I wanted to do something origami animal related in each image, and then the second rule was I wanted to do something about boxes. So for this, I've just started really, but for this block, I decided to just go with something that has interesting colors and try to do contrasting colors. Although maybe it might be interesting to do a still life where some of the colors are pretty close, like a lighter blue with a darker blue or something. But I just visually find contrasting colors more fun to look at, and so that's my personal preference. Green, pink, yellow, and brown. I thought about blue, but I thought it was just a little too noisy for me color-wise, so I decided to go with a nice calm brown to serve as a background. So for this painting, I took a picture of the setup on my phone, and I was trying to match the colors to what I saw on my phone, and boy, that was really hard. Actually, this whole thing, the color matching, I was not really satisfied with anything that I did. Every color that I mixed took, I don't know, maybe 2 hours each or something like that, because I just couldn't find the exact shade that I wanted. And I would try to match it up with what I saw on the phone screen. I was like, nah, that's not right. And then I would try to match it to the actual origami animal itself, the object itself, and I'm like, that's not right either. The thing is, when you move things around in light, it also changes their exact shade. So I probably really should have left it in the box and then tried to compare it to what I saw in the box. That's something that I realized later when I was sitting in on a class with Piper, which coincidentally she had a live class with where we were talking about Block 3 and colors, and I asked about it, and she said, yeah, you don't want to compare your colors to what you see on a phone screen. That's not accurate. You want to try to pick the color that you see inside the shadow box, exactly the way it's set up. So next time I know that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, but speaking of live classes, it's really, the live classes right now, they're all Monday afternoons. They're really fun. There's a bunch of different topics that Piper goes through. Sometimes it's a one-on-one critique. Sometimes it's something like what's going on in Block 3 or what's going on in Block 1 or 2, strategies and methods. Sometimes it's how to mix colors or something related to painting. There's so many different topics. And I really enjoy going to those classes and or watching the recordings afterwards on the website. That is the student website. We've got a little student portal where we can watch recordings of previous classes. Evolve has really, I don't know how many years it's been going on, but it has really honed its system down to a science. To the point where sometimes if I haven't submitted an assignment in a couple weeks or so, they will send an automated reminder email saying, hey, we haven't seen you submit anything in a while. If you need any help, here's a link to schedule a one-on-one with one of the instructors. And I find that really helpful. So I have taken some long breaks in between. I've actually taken a long break between the 4th assignment and the 5th one, which I haven't quite started yet, because I have other projects that I'm working on, including getting these video things together. But yeah, so it's good to have that reminder though. Although I won't forget. Usually I do my painting on the weekends, so when it comes to the weekends, there's always a part of me that's kind of like itching to paint something. But sometimes I have to stop myself and go, okay, no, this weekend I have to use it to do something else. But when I have a free weekend, that's when I like to get out my painting tools and start working on something. And I'm just trying to enjoy the process, not really thinking too hard about being the best or anything, but just learning as well as I can so that I can eventually express what I would like to express. Sometimes I have these ideas about maybe metaphorical images or something, just something that I'd like to see that I haven't seen before, I guess. It's just kind of in my mind and it's a little bit hazy, and I would really like to have the artistic ability to render that in real life. So there's that. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I have been musically trained, so there is a beauty to music that is very ephemeral and temporal, and because it doesn't last. Music only goes for a certain number of minutes, and when it's over, unless you press play again, or unless you play it again if it's live music. But the nice thing about art is that it's permanent, and you can sit there and study it for hours, and you can keep learning things from it. I actually was recently reading a book called Make It Stick by Peter Brown, and he talked about, wait, was it that? No, it was 4,000 Weeks, and I forgot the author's name. But he was talking about one exercise that an art teacher had for her students was she made them go and pick a painting and stare at it for 3 hours. And he said that when he tried the experiment, he noticed things about the picture that he wouldn't have seen if he had just glanced at the picture. So that's the nice thing about art, is that because every single thing that an artist does is intentional, you can see a lot more when you sit there and watch it and observe it. And that's one of the pleasures of visual arts. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching and listening, and keep on creating and enjoying beautiful things. See you in the next video. Bye!